Pulau Tekong Ghost Recruit, the vanished soldier of Singapore. Pulau Tekong is a name familiar to many in Singapore, especially to the young men who have passed through its gates for national service. Known for its dense forests and remote training grounds, the island is also home to one of Singapore's most enduring modern urban legends, the Ghost Recruit. This is the chilling tale of a soldier who vanished without a trace during a routine training exercise, leaving behind nothing but unanswered questions and a haunting presence. The story begins in the early 1980s. A group of recruits was participating in a standard navigation exercise, tasked with finding their way through Tekong's rugged terrain. It was a hot day and the recruits were scattered throughout the jungle, using only their maps and compasses to guide them. For most, the exercise was uneventful, but one recruit, separated from the rest of the group, never returned. When the roll call was taken that evening, the missing recruit's absence was immediately noted. Search parties were sent out, scouring the island's dense vegetation, but they found no trace of him, no belongings, no footprints, no sign of struggle. The search continued for days, but as time went on, hope began to fade. Officially, the recruit was declared missing, presumed dead, though his body was never recovered. This disappearance was strange enough, but what followed turned the event into an enduring mystery. Shortly after the search was called off, strange occurrences began to ply, with the soldiers stationed at Tekong. During night watches, soldiers reported seeing a lone figure standing at the edge of the forest, staring out toward the training grounds. The figure would stand motionless for minutes before disappearing into the darkness without a sound. At first, these sightings were dismissed as nerves or imagination. But as more recruits came forward with similar stories, the whispers began. It wasn't just the sight of the figure that unnerved them. It was the eerie feeling that accompanied it. Recruits who saw the ghostly figure reported a deep sense of dread, as if they were being watched, followed by an overwhelming urge to leave the area. But it wasn't only visual sightings that haunted the recruits. On more than one occasion, soldiers on night patrol reported hearing soft whispers in the jungle, voices that called their names from the shadows. The calls were faint but unmistakable, and they would stop as soon as someone tried to investigate. These experiences left many recruits shaken, unable to explain what they had heard. One particular incident stands out. A recruit on sentry duty claimed he saw a figure emerge from the jungle and walk toward the barracks. The figure wore the same uniform as the missing recruit, but his face was pale, and his eyes seemed to stare straight through the sentry. The recruit shouted for the figure to halt, but it continued walking, vanishing just before it reached the barracks door. When the sentry reported the sighting, his commanding officer found no trace of anyone. Then, there were the physical manifestations. Several recruits began waking up with mysterious bruises and scratches on their bodies. Some claimed they felt as if they were being dragged or pushed during the night. No one could explain how these injuries occurred, but many believed it was the work of the ghostly recruit, now angry and restless, seeking revenge for being left behind. As the years went by, the legend of the Ghost Recruit became a rite of passage for new soldiers arriving at Tekong. They would hear the story on their first night, how the recruit had vanished, how his spirit now wandered the island, searching for something lost. Some soldiers even claimed that they could feel his presence during training exercises, a cold chill that would pass through the group, leaving everyone on edge. Despite the eerie stories, the military has never officially acknowledged the existence of the Ghost Recruit. For them, the disappearance remains an unsolved mystery, one that has been buried under layers of folklore and speculation. But for those who have experienced the strange happenings firsthand, there is no doubt something or someone still lingers on the island, waiting in the shadows. Is the legend of the Ghost Recruit simply a story created to spook new recruits, or is there more to the mystery of Pulau Tekong? The truth may never be known, but one thing is certain. Those who have spent time on the island carry the weight of the story with them, long after their training is over. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share and follow for more eerie folklore and ghost stories. Stay tuned for more on the Spectral Whispers.